If you're curious how some of your favorite brands got their world-famous names, watch this video, because here we've rounded up the origin stories behind the names of some of the world's most instantly recognizable companies. Here's where these famous companies got their famous names. Apple. In his biography on Steve Jobs, Walter Isaacson revealed that after returning from a months-long stint working at an apple orchard, the enigmatic co-founder suggested the name Apple Computer sounded fun, spirited, and not intimidating. Failing to come up with any better, more technical-sounding names, co-founder Steve Wozniak ultimately agreed with Jobs that the name was a good fit. Amazon. Originally named Cadabra, after the magician phrase, Abracadabra, founder Jeff Bezos knew he needed a new name after a lawyer misheard him over the phone and thought he was saying cadaver, deciding the name would have to begin with an A in order to get prime positioning in the phone book. Bezos settled on the name of a South American river. Not only was it exotic and different, like his own venture, but it was the biggest in the world, just like the aspirations he had for his then tiny company. Nike. Originally named Blue Ribbon Sports, the apparel brand apparently went through more than a few iterations before settling on Nike, including Peregrine, Bengal, and Dimension 6. But after one employee, Jeff Johnson, read an article in an in-flight magazine about the secret behind great brand names such as Kleenex and Xerox, he decided the name should be less than 2 syllables and contain at least one exotic letter or sound. The next day, he awoke with the idea for Nike, naming the brand after the Greek goddess of victory. Though founder Phil Knight was less than enthused, he relented for the time being, saying, "I guess we'll go with the Nike thing for a while." Google. Originally called Backrub, the search giant got its name through a fortunate misspelling, while brainstorming names which would evoke the immense amount of data their site would be indexing. A fellow graduate student at Stanford, Sean Anderson, suggested Googleplex. In response, founder Larry Page recommended the shortened Google, a mathematical term for 10 to the 100th power. However, in searching for the availability of the domain name, Anderson accidentally typed google.com. After finding it was the available, Page, along with Sergey Brin, registered the domain name in September 1997. Pepsi. The drink now known as Pepsi Cola was first created by drugstore owner Caleb Bradham in 1893, made from sugar, water, caramel, nutmeg, and other natural ingredients and additives. The drink, then known as Brad's Drink, caught on like wildfire. After finding great success, Bradham sought to rebrand the drink in 1898 to appeal to a wider audience, settling on Pepsi Cola. The name, which has its roots in the word dyspepsia, meaning indigestion, was intended to signal to consumers that the drink was more than just a refreshment, but in fact a healthy substance that could be used to aid digestion. Starbucks. In a 2008 interview with the Seattle Times, Starbucks co-founder Gordon Boker revealed that, contrary to popular opinion, the name actually has little to do with the identically named first mate in Melville's Moby Dick. Instead, a friend, Terry Heckler, suggested offhandedly that words beginning with St were typically powerful, thus sending the two on a hunt for good names beginning with St. After perusing an old mining map during their search and coming upon the town of Starbo, Boker said he of course jumped to Melville's first mate in Moby Dick. Still, he said, the character itself didn't have anything to do with Starbucks directly. Spotify. Personally responding to a question on Quora, Spotify co-founder Daniel Ek revealed that the music streaming platform got its name from a bit of miscommunication, brainstorming names for the company with fellow founder Martin Lorentzen. Ek misheard one of Lorentzen's ideas, shouted from a separate room in their flat in Stockholm, as Spotify. Twitter. In an interview with the La Times, Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey explained that, when naming the social media platform, its founders wanted something that captured the physical sensation that you're buzzing your friend's pocket. While Twitch initially came to mind, the founders felt it didn't bring up the right imagery. Instead, they looked through the dictionary at words around Twitch, settling in Twitter. The definition, Dorsey said, a short burst of inconsequential information, was just perfect. Coca-Cola. Invented by Dr. John S. Pemberton in 1886, Coca-Cola ostensibly gets the Coca and Cola in its name from the one-time use of coca leaves and cola nuts in its formula. The specific formulation, however, along with the elaborate script typeface, come from Pemberton's bookkeeper, Frank M. Robinson, who suggested the two C's would look well in advertising. Instagram. Personally responding on Quora, Instagram co-founder Kevin Systrom explained that the platform's founders wanted a name which evoked both the right here right now, as well as the idea of recording something in your life. Ultimately settling on Instagram as a combination of instant and telegram. Another important consideration, he said, was whether or not you could tell someone the name and they could spell it easily. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button.